welcome from the DubiCars the CEO, Craig Stevens. How are you doing, Craig?
I'm all right, actually. Thank you for asking. I'm a little bit frustrated.
That's a good start.
Yeah, I did the stupid thing this morning. I forgot to order the fuel fairy last night. So when I woke up this morning and turned my car on and realised I had zero fuel in my car, I had to go through the pain of refuelling at a fuel station on the way here. So I'm a little bit stressed, a little bit frustrated. And I think CAFU need to order a better service where they can read my mind and order the thing rather than pressing a button. It's too much hassle.
There isn't an app for that, but they are otherwise very efficient. Car fueling aside, Craig, what's new with DubiCars?
What's new in DubiCars? Well, there's a lot new in DubiCars. For those of your listeners that don't know DubiCars, we're a marketplace connecting buyers and sellers. And our job is to make sure that buyers and sellers can buy safely, transparently, fairly, in the best possible way. And that's kind of our mission. What we've been doing a lot of recently is trying to bring more data, more insight, and more transparency to the marketplace. So on our site now, you'll find great car reviews, you'll find reviews from users, you'll find new car data, you'll find car pricing. We've really improved our valuation tool, so hopefully consumers get a really good idea about what their car is worth or what they need to pay for their next one. And yeah, we've been focusing on consumers selling their cars as well. So, we've got a good proposition where you can sell your car on our platform for less than 200 dirhams. So it's a pretty good deal for everyone all round, really.
That sounds brilliant. Look, listen, you can't put our man Naz out of a job here because he's our valuations guy.
Yeah,
we love DubiCars, but we need Naz.
Yeah, but also we need something like this. I mean, one thing that really lacks in this region is transparency in terms of valuations. And, in the UK, we've got Parker's Guide, Glass's Guide, and things like that. So for DubiCars to be building such a... Is it that established where you can put a make and model in and actually get an estimated price on trade and retail? Do you have that on your website?
Yeah, we do. Not a trade and retail. What we have at the moment is consumer and dealer. So we make the
That's good. That's a very good start. I mean,
Close enough, surely.
It's getting there. We also, you can distinguish between GCC and other specs.
Yeah, of course.
You can, as long as you're honest, sort of appraise your car and say it's in great condition or poor condition.
Well, it's always good to have that. I mean, you will put me out of a job for the fix it or flip it part, but it's nice to have some kind of benchmarking tool, which I think this industry really, really lacks, whether it be insurance valuations or getting finance valuations on used cars, just to have that Bibles, let's say, to give you that pricing data. Like, no one's done that yet. So, hats off to you guys for trying to build that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're on the route. I totally agree with you. I think that's the biggest thing that's missing from a trust and transparency perspective.
Correct, yeah.
Because, I truly believe that everyone should feel it's a good deal, whether you're buying and selling, right? And I think at the moment we haven't got that balance right. Someone's winning, someone's losing. Yeah. And it's down to the fact there's no transparency that is happening. That's
some
not a good thing.
Some people are really winning. I've seen some people really lose as well, right?
Yeah. I won't give any examples of that, but there are some people really losing and really winning. Exactly right.
So it is all gladiatorial combat out on the car showroom floors. So Craig, we're past the summer. We're hitting school season. We're right in the thick of it. What's the best cars that you think people should buy?
Oh, look, I think that's almost impossible for me to answer.
But I've asked it, so you're going to have to.
Well, I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to do my own thing. Look, I think there's some interesting things. I was on a podcast the other day, actually, talking about this very topic. And, I mean, you guys are far better in this industry than me in knowing cars. But I used to think I was pretty good. I used to drive down Sheikh's Eye Road. I could spot a rear light, and I would know make, model, year. I would know it. I haven't got a clue. I now chase cars down Sheikh's Eye Road trying to find out what it is because I don't know
it's these Chinese cars that are coming. It's a new one every single week. I can't keep track myself.
100%. And they look pretty good, right? As
well.
They
really do, yeah.
So, in the good old days, you could spot a Chinese car because it was incredibly ugly.
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen now because they look pretty good. And some of the regular competition, some of these BMWs coming out, I'm thinking, that's no good, not so good.
Yeah, I think they've really got it right in terms of some of the styling that they've got. I think they've got it right in terms of the technology they're putting into the car. I think they've got it right in terms of focusing on a price point, which is accessible. So, yeah, I think...
and the consumers are reacting, right? They're buying the cars.
Massively. Yeah. I mean, we see demand for Chinese product on our site increase 150% year on year, 40% month on month.
Wow, that says it all.
It's ramping up.
So what are the regular manufacturers, I say regular, but the mainstream manufacturers doing to combat this?
Well,
It's a
Anything?
tough one.
I mean, some of them are my clients, so I've got to be very careful. But
It's okay. It's just us and 3.8 million people. Chat away.
Look, I think they need to do more. Is the honest answer. I think they need to do more about explaining why their price point is higher than this product, which they can do. I think they can explain why it is. But
For now. I think as the years go by, it's going to be harder to justify.
I totally agree. And I think the one thing that the Chinese aren't doing well is they're not investing in the brand, right? Their view is we invest in the product and we give you a price point.
Yeah.
But actually, if I asked you, what does MG stand for? What does Exceed stand for? What does Detour stand for? You'd struggle, I think, as a brand.
Yeah.
If I asked you what Audi stood for, VW stood for, you'd have it. And I think if the Chinese don't invest in that, then that's where the other brands have got to own it. But then I don't think they're doing a good enough job, personally. I don't think the established brands over here are doing a good enough job explaining why their car is 100,000 more than a Chinese product.
I just had a question come in from Godly. Would be great to have an AI integrated version of a used car website. Do you have any plans for that at DubiCars, or would that be something interesting as a possibility in the future?
Oh, look, I think everyone puts the word AI into everything these days.
I saw some AI sunglasses the other day.
Define AI like marketplace.
Whatever you want to
Either
do.
the car's for sale or not. Like, I don't see like how you can.
I think there is obviously intelligence
Of
you
course,
can
there
bring
is. The
into
machine learning, the predictive price
exactly.
tools, and things like that.
And I think that's actually the better route to go in terms of machine learning. So actually, you're bringing all the intelligence to the consumer so they can make an informed decision.
Better informed decision. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, look, if it makes our investors feel better, I'll say yes. Let's put an AI tool in there. But realistically,
Breaking news: DubiCars to introduce AI into the system.
Exactly.
But look, if I was a car buyer, and a lot of people I see going to showrooms are just confused. Should I buy a Supra or a Prado? I've seen that literally happen in front of me. And I think if you could just say, well, this is what your Instagram says you like. This is the car you should buy. Ultimately, it helps the people decide, right? That's one way of doing it.
It is, but do you think about how people buy cars? Do people buy cars like that? And I don't believe they do. I think there's still a massive emotional part of the car buying process, which, I could profile you, but yet I could easily influence you to think about something else. And that's the beauty of this industry.
I'm extremely pliable, by the way.
So am I. But I think there's so much choice out there at the moment for the consumer's never had it so good, I think, in terms of product that's available, and they can be easily influenced, and I think that's the beauty about this industry.
Yeah.
All right, so do some influencing for us. What cars do you think people should buy new, and what cars do you think they should buy used? Go on.
Right, well, I have a thing about buying new cars, which is I don't buy new cars.
Yeah,
I think
exactly what I said.
I think anyone who does buy a new car is incredibly generous, because they're going to happily pass on a car in 3 years' time at a 40% discount to someone like me, and I thank them for that, and I hope they continue doing it. But
speaking as the only person in the room who's just bought a new car, I should keep very quiet. But okay, carry on,
well, talk
Craig.
to me in 3 years, and I'll buy it off you. But
so Craig's mic's going down in a second. But okay.
Look, I think, there's something beautiful about buying a new car, absolutely. But obviously there's a price point that comes with it. I think this is where the Chinese have got it right. Their price points are such where actually 40% depreciation on a 120,000 dirham vehicle is not that painful.
Yeah.
And it may be even more than that. But even so, actually in real dirham terms, it's not that painful. I think until we see in this market really good PCP deals, leasing deals, where you don't have to take that hit, I just don't think new cars is the way to go.
And that's not even here yet, is it?
It's not.
That's something that's really.
And it's never taken off. They've been trying for years. I know the Alpha Thames were trying.
Who's been trying? Alpha Tame?
Yeah, way back when we're talking about 10 years ago, but it just never hit the ground.
I think it links back to what we spoke about earlier, right? There's not enough transparency and data and accurate valuations to give banks confidence to loan against these cars.
Ah, okay. So we're waiting for your valuation tool.
I think we can change the rule.
Let's change
All right.
this.
So Craig, before we head into our break, you can't dodge it. What's your favorite used car to buy right now?
My favourite used car to buy now. Well, I tell you what I drive, which is my favourite car. I am a Raptor owner.
Great.
Yeah.
You must have loved our Raptor, our review.
Yes, I did. And I'd love to drive one of those, I have to say, because I've stuck with my original Gen 1.
I had one of those.
6.2.
Yeah.
Full fat. Nice.
Yeah, full
That's
fat.
the one. That's
Gen
the one.
1. super crisp. But what I love about the Raptor is I probably bought it 4 years ago for probably 90,000 dirhams, and it's probably worth 65,000 dirhams today.
You probably get even a bit more than that as we're coming into the whole off-road season.
Yeah.
It's just
so, over 4 years, I probably lost 20,000 dirhams
Not bad.
and had the most amazing time in the desert, camping with the kids. So,
and I don't think it's going to go down anymore as we're going into this whole turbofication and this whole hybrid.
Turboification is not a word.
Turbofication of all these cars. So they're going V6, they're going twin turbo, you're going hybrid. You know, the last of the V8s of any line, you know, whether it be a Ferrari or a Raptor, these things will eventually hold.
That is indeed true. But as the son of a teacher, turboification is not a word.
I'm going to use that word.
It's our car show. We can say what we want.
Hang on. Mike's just died for Naz, so that's that. All right. We've had a great segment. And of course, you've been telling us about your favorite car, which you still own, a Raptor. A great used car value. Would you sell it in the next year?
No.
Well, that's easy.
No, look, I think, actually, I heard when I was driving in frantically earlier, another Raptor driver. I think you recommend to keep it to 200,000, then take a view. Mine's 150,000. It's running beautifully. It's a keeper.
It is a keeper, isn't it?
Yeah, I just can't let it go.
Personality. That's what's missing from our cars these days is personality, and that is a personable car.
I absolutely agree. A loud personable car, which is always good as well.
It's not a shrinking violet, is
It's
it?
not.
It's not at all. All right. Time to get to our rapid fire round. What was your first car?
Well, the audience may not know this car, but it was a Ford Cortina. Ford Cortina 1.6L, brown, with brown cloth interior.
Do you know what? I'm still staying awake. Ford Cortina 1.6.
1.6, brown. Now, I'm 6'7".
Was it an L or a GL? Or?
It was an L. It was the bottom of the range. I'm 6'7", so growing up, it was difficult to find a car that I could actually fit in. Hence why I had the Cortina, and hence why I was the most popular boy at college as well, for all the wrong reasons, because I was basically the bus driver.
Nice. 6'7" bus driver. Don't sit behind him.
Exactly.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay, I'm going to go to the next question, which was, what was your second car? Because you're obviously a car guy. So what got you out of the Cortina?
This is even worse.
Okay, so we went backwards, did we?
Well, we went bigger. Actually, no, that's not true. Actually, I had a cool car then. I then moved to the Ford Sierra 2-litre IS. Pepperpot alloys, two-tone, white, black.
Very nice.
The 2-litre injection.
But not a Cosy.
Couldn't afford the Cosworth.
Nobody can now. They're crazy expensive.
Yeah, I definitely wanted the Cosworth. But no, I sort of went almost there with the 2-litre IS.
All right. What's your dream car?
Well, as a boy, my dream car was a...
You're still youthful.
Well, I'm youthful, but I'm old. Was a TVR Chimera. I loved the Chimeras, and for those that don't know the Chimera, British-built, hand-built sports car.
Badly.
Very badly. Fiberglass body.
Is that the one that has the paint that changes colour in the light, the purple?
I don't have that paint. I don't have that paint. But I basically bought one.
Nice.
Also, it's not a dream car. You've realised your dream.
I have realised at the age of 30,
Well done.
I bought my dream car, and I still have it to this day. And my understanding is that I can bring a right-hand drive car into this country when it's 30 years old.
Correct.
So I've got like about 6 years to go. If I'm still here...
If the car's still running, sorry to say.
The car's got about
Spicy,
25,000 miles.
It's a TVR.
But it's,
you know what it
it's
stands for? Trevor,
easy. Yeah, that's right. Trevor. It was Trevor.
Yeah.
It was Trevor. Trevor created the car.
Exactly.
But it's got a bulletproof engine in it. The 4.5 is bulletproof. It was the same engine that was used for virtually every other car.
Not actually bulletproof for those wondering, but yes, carry on.
It's bulletproof.
It's the electrics that are known to go wrong on these, isn't it?
It's only got one wire, I think.
Then it should be all right.
Crucial wiring.
Because it doesn't have many electronics
A
on it.
wire lube, not a wiring lube.
Yeah, it's great fun.
What car would you never buy?
Would I never buy?
Ever.
There's lots of cars that I wouldn't buy, but there's
Pick
one
one.
car that, I would never buy an ugly car. I mean, that's my rule, right? The car's got to be beautiful. It's got to be pretty. And the Fiat Multipla. I don't know if you remember.
Why in heaven's name would
Mission
you
to
end up
Mars.
with a Fiat Multipla?
Because did you ever watch the Homer Simpson episode where he...
The Homer, yes.
Where he designed the car?
Yes.
I reckon that the designer from Fiat was watching that episode and went, I quite like that.
That's
I'll
it,
build
man.
that as a multipler. Because it's got to be the ugliest car ever created. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy one of those.
Naz, what's your least favorite car that you would never buy?
Electric car, anything with a battery.
Wow, that's
hybrid,
broad.
hybrid, yes, but fully electric, no. Like they'd have to prize the combustion engine keys out of me.
You know you own a Tesla in the UK, right?
That's the family. That's the missus. That's something else. There's a story behind that.
You posted on
Free fuel
Instagram
for life,
you driving it.
no tax for life. It's just it's a financial decision. Is my UK summer car, but to actually like for me, just combustion engine all the way.
Hypocrisy, thy name be Naz Chowdhury.
There's one electric vehicle that's caught my attention for all the wrong reasons.
Here we go.
Its name,
The
the Zika. Have you seen the
The
Zika,
Zika.
007?
That's a brave
the name
name.
says it all. The 007. I haven't seen it actually. I can't keep track with these cars.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
come out every single day. You
Well,
think you're on the ball, but you're not.
On DubiCars, we actually have one for sale. We have one for sale on Dubi, so check it out. It's actually a very cool car, but cooler than that is its name. Why is no one else
Call
owned
it 007.
007?
There might be
Copyright,
copyright
maybe?
issues, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe the Chinese don't care about that.
They
but,
don't care about that. Have you seen that X5 looking Chinese? Like, there's so
Which is
many
all
that
of
just, exactly. Well, it looks like an X5 at the front. It looks like a BM at the front, Mercedes at the back.
Yeah.
I don't think they really do copyright.
To be honest, you want a BMW X5? Just wait 3 years and you get a Chinese version of exactly the
you
same
want a
car.
Defender? You can get a T2.
Yeah,
Exactly.
There you go.
Wonderful car.
Yeah.
Who's your car hero, Craig? All time.
Oh, my car hero, Senna.
Easy one. Naz?
You know, he took the words out of my mouth. It'd have to be Senna, but as a close second, I'd have to say Schumacher. I mean, like, honestly, his life story, the ending of his career, the season, like, Schumacher has a very special place in automotive history for me.
Not a hero, but I did go to Clarkson's farm when I was
Did you have a
Yes,
song?
yeah.
All right, we got to wrap up. But last two really rapid fire questions. Best car movie?
I would say No Time to Die. It's not a car movie, but my God, the DB5 with machine guns.
Yeah.
I mean, can you get better than that?
Yeah, no.
What about the Prado being chased by the Defenders?
No, the DB5 with machine guns. I mean, if I was allowed a poster on my wall by my wife, that would be the one that I would have.
I'm just shocked that Toyota didn't get pay for that because the Prado roundly beating a sponsored Defenders. It's crazy. I couldn't get that. What's next for DubiCars?
We're going to carry on doing what we're doing. I think we're just going to really focus on data to bring transparency to the marketplace and make sure people get a fair deal.
That is brilliant. Craig, we've run out of time. We're all done.
I enjoyed that. Thank you,
You
guys.
did. We need to have you back very soon. That was a fantastic session. We look forward to having you.